Well, hi. Oh, I'm so glad to be making this finally. Getting to say hi to everybody. So I thought I would just get something up on my page. I keep trying to record and it's just been howling winds. So I'm just gonna go for it. In fact, I've decided that keeping with my true nature, a lot of my footage is probably gonna be very raw and spontaneous. Because that's how I flow better without trying to hit on certain points or remember certain things. So hi and welcome. Free Spirit here. And I'm showing you all of my beautiful little toys, tools, friends in my crystal and stone world. At least that's some of them. I took them all down from all the shelves and little cabinets and little places that they were all hiding to give them a nice bath and clear them out. I had a lot of dust. I have some friends coming to visit, so I decided to take that time to just visit with each of them. And they were so pretty sitting here on the towel that I decided to film a little bit and use it as my background for my introduction today. So, I'm not sure quite where to begin, but I definitely have to take a moment to say thank you from the deepest part of my heart to my lovely friend Emma, Whispers Red, who really encouraged me a lot. I reached out just from heart to heart to her, unknowing that she was having some emotional times, and it just felt right. I'm not one to really do that with people that I don't know, and I had no idea that it would become such an important thing for her and such a good, helpful healing process for her. So I'm so thrilled, and I told her that I was having this pull to start doing some recordings because I have been doing recordings for a long time for myself. Not on such a nice recorder as this, but I like to pull cards like tarot cards or different type of oracle cards and play with stones, and I work with essential oils, and I also like to use sound vibration. So I have crystal bowls, singing bowls, Tibetan bowls, tuning forks, and a drum, different things to move energy, shake energy up, and then I play with the different crystals. And I want to say right from the beginning that I don't believe that the stones themselves will confer any power or, do anything. It is the intention of the recipient of the stone that makes things happen. However, these stones and crystals come to us from our Mother Earth. These beautiful things come from the ground. They're natural, and because of the way they are formed, the minerals included in them, and where they came from, they have within them a different vibration of an energy, as we all are more than we see in our physical being. We know we have a spirit, we know we have energy, we know we have an electrical aura around us. So does every plant, animal, mineral in the kingdom of earth. And so the different stones have available within them a different vibration, a frequency of energy, and different qualities that we can mirror in our own life, in our own being. So that's what I use the stones for. They bring that out in us. And when you look at some of these, they bring joy to your heart. That's how they heal your heart. And many of them are amplifiers. They are just pure amplifiers of energy. And so when you hold them, if you are in a very angry place, you may even feel worse. But none of these will do anything unless you are aware. If you are consciously using them and asking for that connection. So lots of people have enormous crystals in their homes or in their yard or whatever. And they say, well, why aren't I cured of my fill in the blank if these stones are here with me all the time? And it's because you actually have to participate. It's like the prime directive in Star Trek. You cannot interfere, and neither can the crystals or any other of the beautiful creatures and plants and minerals of the planet. They are here for us. We need only to ask. So many times, one of the best things you can do when you're stressed is to take those shoes off and touch the ground with your feet. Sit at the root of a tree that you admire and just put your back against the wood and feel the strength and feel the connection to the ground, to the earth, to the ability to ride out the wind. I just find that all of these things, the crystals and all the different tools that I use, are supporting players in our lives. And I really love to spend time with each and every one of them and just feel that appreciation for the diversity. Look at all the colors, the different textures. Oh, and as I look at all of these, I see so many stories. Some of these came to me by friends. Some of them I have found in my adventures in the wilds. And some of them I found at different gem shows and lapidary shows. And some of them are very local, which I really like, that I can have things that came from the ground near where I live. And then there were certain stones and crystals that, honestly, the stories of how they came to me are quite funny. And it happens a lot. And sometimes they leave me, too. I have given away a lot of things. And I have left things behind in different places. Sometimes when I go rock hounding and I find a lot of great treasures, I'll leave a little treasure of my own behind as a way of saying thank you. So, I hope that in my upcoming videos, I'm going to be spending some time with some of these and get more in depth into the different properties that they hold, different ways that I use them, and just as a backdrop for some of the other things I'm going to be doing. But it's really fun. They all have a little different song to sing, and they're fun to play with, and just visually it's a nice background to some of the things that I'm going to be doing with sound. So this is how I came to be with my own ASMR channel, because I so admire Emma and her beautiful way of presenting the everyday objects with such an enjoyment and an appreciation, and it really rings true for me. So when I reached out and asked if I could help her with some information about a Reiki role play, I suddenly got this wave of inspiration to send her some things to play with, and I ended up pulling stones. One of the things I like to do is when someone is in my mind and on my heart, I like to look at my tray of polished stones. I have about 30 different types, and I hold my hands over each of the little dishes and ask, while I'm holding that person in my heart, what stones have within them some information for this person. And sometimes there's as few as 3 or 4 stones, and sometimes there's up to 9 or 10 stones that I get a yes about. And in a previous video that I tried to make, I showed the process, but I'll record that one again because I think it's really interesting. But I use a pendulum, and I let the pendulum tell me yes or no on each of the stones. And then when I get all of the stones together, I hold them in my hands and I lay them out, and I see the pattern or an order that they lay down in. And then I look at each one individually and record a little bit of information, sort of a sentence or two about the basic stone properties. And as I go, and as I let go of my, you might say it's my thinking mind, my logical processing mind, and I allow the information to come through about the stone, I start to see a pattern with the stones, and it's specific for that person at this time. So I do, I guess it is called a crystal reading. It's looking at a pattern of the stones. And some people get some very interesting combinations, which will point to a physical situation coming in. Maybe that they require more nutrients or better sleep quality, and sometimes it's on a spiritual level, more of an emotional type of awareness that they need. So it's very interesting, and I was doing these for myself for a while, as well as using some cards that I'll show you too in other videos. But I started realizing that I was benefiting from the information that was coming from, it is my subconscious. I don't believe it's some otherworldly information or some magical crystal energy coming into me from outside. It's not the way it works. It's a stimulation of my own knowing and my own remembering. And my hope is that when I do readings for people, that they'll take that information and learn to tap into it for themselves. It's the same when I work with anyone who wants energy healing. They are the healers, not me. I am the facilitator. I enjoy spending time with people and giving them that personal care, that loving attention. And I use crystals with them, and I use sound, and I use my voice, and a gentle touch. And I know it's an extreme ASMR experience. It always was for me. But beyond that, it is going from heart to heart, soul to soul with someone. And you, as a facilitator, must hold a really clear space, like to do this in a way that is in great service, to be outside of yourself a little bit in terms of your personality, your ego, but just to allow yourself to be in the highest place. For me, it's always, I want to be really, really happy when I'm going to see someone, because if I can stay in that space of joy, appreciation, and happiness, and then I put my hands to someone, their energy rises to the challenge. No matter what state you're in, if you can come to a healing of that sort, knowing that your job is only to allow your body to feel the energy that's being offered. So if you go into a house where someone is in the middle of an argument, you know right away, you feel it, you feel terrible. Your body resists, your emotions feel tense. But if you go into a place that's been prepared for you by that person being happy and loving and anticipating your visit, when you walk in, you can feel that too, without any words. So I try to provide that atmosphere, that place, that safe space. And that's what my channel is going to be, the safe place for you to come visit. And I hope that rather than seeing me as some happy, crazy hippie, which I don't mind that label, I hope you'll understand that if you want to feel better, you should